Well, the government's counsel initially suggesting that the government did not discuss the charge sheet against CVC PJ Thomas, and then the AG clarifying on that. Is this whole issue getting lost in technicality? Is the real focus whether Mr. PJ Thomas is fit to be CVC? Is that issue getting lost in the din? We'll try and debate that here on Centre Stage. We're joined here on this high-powered panel here in our Delhi studios. We've got Nirmala Sitharaman, national spokesperson of the BJP. Vinod Sharma is political editor of the Hindustan Times. Joining us from Chennai is the former Chief Vigilance Commissioner N. Vittal. And also joining us from Chennai is Dr. Subramaniam Swamy. He's the president of the Janata Party and also the petitioner in the 2G spectrum scam. The BJP, Nirmala, is saying that this is a patent lie. Ravi Shankar Prasad, your colleague, came out today and said that what the government told court today is a patent lie. Is the BJP overlooking what was a pointed query by court to the Attorney General?
Look, I think we are now purposely sort of driving the debate towards, was it in response to a question, was it in response to an answer, or was it a supplementary? The fact remains that the members who formed the committee in the nomination or in the appointment of the CVC are only 3. You have 2 from the government and 1 from the opposition, the leader of the opposition. Srimati Sushma Swaraj had made it very clear right from the beginning, much before this issue even went into the court, that during the meeting she had very specifically said, no, here is this person whose name you're raising, Mr. Thomas's, who's got cases pending against him for the last 10 years, and therefore that may not be the suitable name for this particular position, which requires person with unimpeachable.
No, but she only mentioned I disagree in the dissent note.
That is exactly where I'm coming. I just want the context to be very clear so that we don't lose on the crucial intervention that the leader of the opposition made. And it is important for us to get the picture. Now, having said that, she had also given the government very clearly a day's time saying, would you want to take a day? Please go check up if what we as the opposition are saying, that there are cases pending against him, particularly related to corruption. Would you want to take a day and come back to us? Now, the committee apparently that day refused and said, no, we are deciding this matter today. Then Sushma ji apparently went one step forward and said, drop this name, go for any other 2 which are in the list, and we will not have an objection to. Now, even that was disagreed upon, and from what we hear very clearly from Sushma Swaraj herself, which is out in the media, is that she said, I would have to disagree. Then the note was typed in the office itself of the PMO or wherever it was held, and that note was given to her, and therefore she then read through the content and then said, no, I would have to disagree with what you have said. I will state my disagreement, and then was forced to write that I disagree.
But Vinod Sharma, is this whole you made your point. You've made your point. Is this whole debate now being taken over by technicalities? The moot point is this, that here's a man who had a pending charge sheet against him. The government shouldn't have appointed him in the first place as CVC, because the criteria is whoever is appointed as CVC, and that's the fundamental watchdog of the government against corruption, he should be of impeccable integrity. Mr. Thomas didn't quite cut that test.
I quite agree with that. I think that PJ Thomas shouldn't have been considered, leave alone being appointed as Chief Vigilance Commissioner. But we are here today to discuss what transpired in the court. And unfortunately, what transpired in the court, the nuanced questions and the nuanced answers, the nuances are getting lost in this debate. The question was pointed, and it related to the preparation, the discussions, and the finalization of his appointment. And the court asked whether the material on record included the charge sheet and the sanction given by the state government under the Indian Penal Code, because sanction under the Prevention of Corruption Act is given by the center.
That's right.
So whether this material was on record, to which Attorney General said no. It wasn't there. Then the question arose, I think Mr. Prashant Bhushan, who is another lawyer in this case, and then K.K. Venugopal is there. He said that he had a discussion, he referred to a discussion he had with the Honorable Leader of Opposition in the Lok Sabha, to which the court said we are not into that, We are only asking this question as to whether this material was on record. To which the Attorney General said it was not on record. Now, we can go on arguing whether it should have been brought on record, not on record.
Yeah, that's semantics.
And then the second question was that for the reason that this material was not on record, is the appointment vitiated? To which the Attorney General said no, because there was a CVC sanction clearance in favor of Mr. Thomas, by which he was elevated to that position. Because
That's
that
right.
clearance, you see, that was exactly what transpired in the court.
Okay.